Gentlemen, a minute for us to perhaps react to the stories that we have carried today. Before we come back to Orengo, Steve, I'd earlier on asked you to tell us how you think the young politicians who are turning out to be great ideologists are cropping up, and how they can strategically make sure that they survive the tide of politics. Today, Cherargei Samson says that the entire ODM leadership, except Sifuna, confirmed that Raila Odinga instructed them to stay under the broad-based government. We would want to trust what it is that they say, but also we do not forget the words of Raila Odinga the last time, and many talked about it. The political changes perhaps appearing to confirm what it is that Sifuna has been saying for a long time. Baba is gone. We might not know whom to trust when they say all this. When you look at Sifuna and the fact that many have felt like he's so principled, he's the kind of individuals that Kenyans would want moving on into the future, what would be your advice to him in how he penetrates the political tide strategically so that he does not shine, a shine that is so short-lived?
Right. Now, I don't know whether I should take your first question first on the youth future.
Sifuna is viewed as,
Right.
Like
so, yeah, I think Sifuna, we all agree that Sifuna is one of the most sober politicians that we have, very objective and very focused in terms of how he approaches issues. And I think until Baba's demise, Baba never discredited what Sifuna said. I think in all the public spaces he appeared, he actually appeared to support Sifuna's position, which he said was the party's position in many ways. I think post Raila's demise, of course, there's bound to be tension. That's going to be there based on the kind of remarks we had by different speakers. There appear to be two factions, like has been reported. One feeling like we need to, this is where Baba left us in the broad-based government, so we have to be here until the end. And the other one that is also led by people like Sifuna and Babu, feeling like we need to have an alternative voice and stick to what we believe is the original ODM ideology, of calling out government whenever it's wrong, on corruption, on bad governance and things like that. Mm-hmm. And so let's see how things are going to evolve. I think it's too early to make assumptions as to the stability of the party. And I think from a youth perspective, which was your first question, I think we can never doubt the zeal with which young people are beginning to come out and occupying the rightful place in this country. Right from last year, during the Gen Z protest, we see young people are becoming tired of being passive in terms of governance issues. They want to be involved. They want to be, and so I think the gap that young people and the Gen Z in general have to really stand up and fill is to be organized. I think one of the challenges that the Gen Z, has is not having a leadership that speaks on their behalf. Mm-hmm. I think it's time they really organize, and I think that was one of the biggest undoing from last year. People like Makore and the other folks who sprouted as leaders of the Gen Z protest just being bought by other political parties, and then that voice just get muzzled. And so I think it's really important that they rethink how to organize better, have a leadership, and because this is politics, even decide to come up with a political party that really resonates with the ideology that I think is very progressive.
All right, fair enough. Daktari, President William Ruto is saying that he will not allow for people to come and play around with ODM and